Okay, Trump tariffs, what is the impact going to look like on the Canadian economy, on the BC real estate market? So, of course, there's no such thing as red sky at night, sailor's delight. Everything is calm on the horizon. It just doesn't happen. When we were in the global pandemic, I was telling you guys, eventually there's going to be a vaccine here. We're going to get through this. And at that point, as soon as the media stops covering the pandemic, there will be some other headwind. Sure enough, it was the war in Ukraine. We had the inflation. Now it's the Trump tariff. So there's always going to be something on the horizon here. This tariff is going to cost BC, according to projections, $69 billion by 2028 and cause 124,000 job losses. So this is definitely a major headwind. Now, Trudeau, Freeland, David Eby, all of these Liberal NDP socialist radicals now, they're all talking a big game. They're all trying to act tough here. Let's drum up a trade war, beating their drums here, wanting to go to war with the world's largest economy. Well, of course, Canada is the world's 10th largest economy, which is completely suicidal. These people don't give a damn about you or any hardworking Canadians. It's all about pandering to their base. They're trying to make the case that, hey, either you stand with us, the Liberal NDP socialists who drove this country and this province into oblivion here. Stand with us if you're a true Canadian. You're either with us or against us. And if you're a conservative and you think that, hey, maybe this isn't such a good idea here, then you stand with Trump. Don't buy it, people. This is the worst case of political pandering I've ever seen. This government destroyed our economy. The BC NDP destroyed forestry. They killed off mining. They want to kill off the real estate industry with taxes and regulation. But they never got the memo that the real estate industry is the BC economy. It's all we have left. They've killed off everything else. Just the PTT, the property transfer tax alone, is a massive revenue driver. So they want to blame Trump here. But of course, they should have anticipated this. They should have anticipated that at some point Canada is going to face some kind of external threat. And they dropped the ball here. So I think we're going to see some short-term pain, although I am optimistic. I think we are going to get a conservative government sooner than later. We've got this phenomenon, Pierre Poilievre. I think for sure he's going to be the next prime minister. I don't think Chrystia Freeland stands a chance here. And I think in BC, we've seen a shift as well. I think John Rustad is probably going to be the next premier. But you have to boot out the socialists, the radicals, the communist, Liberal and NDP governments before we start to turn a corner here. But I am cautiously optimistic. Okay, shifting gears, quick market update. 2023 was the worst year I've ever experienced. Half of realtors did not do a single deal in 2023. The sales volume was way below the 10-year average. I can't speak for the industry, but for myself and my business, 2024 wasn't all that much of an improvement. But I began to see a shift in my own business in November and December of 2024. And I thought that was a pretty good omen for 2025. Sure enough, January has been my best record. This has been an incredible January, but the last 2 weeks, I'm going to say, have started to slow down again. The last couple of weeks, and I think that's largely market sentiment around the Trump tariffs. People kind of move to the sidelines, see how that's going to play out. But we've got a confluence of factors here. On the one hand, we've got a very weak economy in Canada. A lot of economists are saying we're heading into a recession. Matter of fact, many economists will tell you we've actually been in a recession for some time. It's just been masked by the massive amounts of immigration that the Liberals have been bringing into the country here. And that on a per capita GDP basis, we've actually been in a recession for some time here. And I think a lot of people feel that and a lot of people are hurting. On the flip side, though, just as in the financial crisis or during the economic shutdown during COVID, usually the Bank of Canada's hand is forced. It has to counterbalance weak economic growth with lower interest rates. And usually what you see is the floor falls out of interest rates. That's what we've seen here. The first few quarter points didn't have much of an impact on the market, but then a half point, another full half point after that, and then we just got another quarter point here. That is going to start to exert upwards pressure on the prices, in my opinion. We've seen activity pick up. The other point I'll make this is there's a lot of pent-up demand. The last 2 years, that demand hasn't gone anywhere. These people still need to move, whether it's upsizing, downsizing. All my first-time buyers that disappeared in 2023 because they couldn't qualify with the higher interest rates, those guys are all back now. I'm seeing a lot of those first-time buyers, young couples looking to get into that entry-level segment of the market. That's where I think we're going to see things really pick up first. But I do expect things to continue to heat up here. And I think we're going to have a pretty strong, pretty robust spring market. I'm still going to stick to that prediction, even though we have some headwinds. As you guys know, I'm pretty well a perma bull on the Vancouver market. In the long run, it's pretty tough to keep a market like Vancouver down for any length of time here. I'm Jay Coupar. Feel free to comment below or subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.